Welcome to Covering the Bases with the Mets. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It's our pleasure, our honor to do this event every second Monday of the month now. We do it for free. It is open to the public. We throw in Jimmy John's sub, courtesy of Bobby Malik from Jimmy John's.
He's awesome.
And he is. We'll have to have him on the show again this year. But as I mentioned, free, open to the public. 12 o'clock right here at the SLC TV studios, the corner of 25th and Virginia. Please welcome my co-host for this show, Mr. Paul Taglieri from the Mets organization. Nice to see you.
I feel like I've just seen you.
I know.
These months just keep
Well, I'm wearing my lucky sweater for the second month in a row.
That,
so that's why it seems like we were just
here. I recognize that. I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, okay.
It looks familiar.
It's very lucky, so I wanted to wear it again. But yeah, you are wearing the same lucky sweatshirt as well.
Maybe you should tell everybody. Get us off the hook.
Yeah, we do. We're going to do 2 shows right in a row, and if I would have thought about it ahead of time, I'd have brought a second shirt, so it didn't look like we did 2 shows.
Just go back in a wardrobe and come out with a new.
We need wardrobe.
That's it.
Well, you did bring me a lovely Mets shirt, but I didn't want to take the time to change, so we're gonna.
Moving along.
That's all right. I don't mind. I go back over the years, and it's all the same shirts anyway, because I try to wear blue and orange to support the Mets. So who cares?
That explains the
tan,
khaki today.
the beige, the incredibly beige.
Close to blue and orange.
Well, it's February. Valentine's Day is right around the corner. You got big plans? Big plans
Spring
for
training.
Lori?
Spring training. That's right.
That's your big plans for Lori. Is Valentine's spring training?
Baseball widow at that point.
Yeah, she is.
So.
And she's used to it because it's been a couple decades.
Couple of decades, 25 years. Yeah. So,
yeah. That's
but
a long time.
We'll probably do something. Yeah. I think that's February 14th, our first open workout where it's open to the public.
Oh, okay.
We'll be out of there early and. Yeah.
Oh, that is a big day for you.
Find a nice little place to go to dinner.
The Brayford, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I went there for New Year's Eve.
How was it?
It was fantastic.
That's right. You said that on the last show.
Yeah, I did.
It was good.
It was good. But yeah, it's right in downtown, your neck of the woods, so it's a great place to go. I'm excited about spring training. You got a great schedule.
Got the Red Sox.
You got the Red Sox. That's always a huge game for you. You guys sell out the Red Sox game almost every single time you play them.
And who knows who we're going to have on our team. We signed Robinson Cano, ex-Yankee.
Okay.
So he's going to be our second baseman this year.
Robinson Caruso is going to be your second
No, Robinson
baseman.
Cano. Robinson Caruso.
It
sounds that
a
Disney movie?
Yeah, it might be a Disney
it might be
movie,
a Disney
actually.
movie, right?
And so he's an ex-Yankee, and he's a...
Now he's a Met.
Oh, wow.
Now he's a Met. So he's back to New York from Seattle, and just picked him up in the off-season. So that's going to be exciting.
Okay. And David Wright, where's he at these days? He's rehabbing and he's good to go?
He's not quite retired yet, but he's not playing anymore.
Oh,
last
really?
year was his last year.
Aw.
Yep. Aw.
All right.
Big aw. Ready?
Aw. Did we throw him a retirement party?
We'll have him on the show if he comes back.
Okay.
We'll ask him to come in.
He says that every year. I don't even know what the guy looks like. I couldn't pick him out of a lineup, but he's promised on the show every single year.
And Tim Tebow will be there.
Spring training.
Yeah, he was a Rumble Pony, and
yep.
hopefully this year he's going to be a Syracuse Met.
Is that higher than Rumble Pony?
That's one higher. So
wow.
That's one more A added.
He is working his way through the.
Never know.
Through the
Never know.
chain.
Hard worker.
He is. That's the one thing that I think everybody has said unilaterally about Tim Tebow. Super nice guy, super hard worker, dedicated. To
NFL
whatever
player. He's playing baseball now. College. I mean, he's incredible.
He is a well-rounded individual. You can't take that away from him for sure.
And he was a Rumble Pony, and you love that.
I do love that he was a Rumble Pony. I do love that I have a bobblehead of Tim Tebow too when he played for the Mets, which is hilarious.
Yep.
That he signed.
And you were there.
Actually, for me. I did. I got to meet him, and he signed the bobblehead.
I think together
we did take a picture, but I was a lot heavier then, so nobody can see it ever again. And if it's on Facebook, we need to delete it. Just letting you know. You're going to need to go through your stream. And actually, Paul doesn't have Facebook. No, it's not.
No
it's
social
not bad.
media.
None?
Twitter, Instagram, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do the Facebook, but that's about it.
I got tired of watching Casey post stuff, so.
About Disney?
Yeah, I deleted it.
All the Broadway shows she's at. And
I blocked her.
I unfriended her. I didn't.
It was a tough month after that for her and I.
Well, I'm happy about that, and I'm excited about spring training. I'm sure I'll get out to see a game or two. I always like to do that. The county has a box, and FPNL usually does a big event for us, so that's exciting.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back, and now we're actually going to be with Andrew from 4Kids, and we'll talk a little bit about what their organization does here in the community, because we are, of course, covering all the bases here in St. Lucie County. All right?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back to Covering the Bases. I'm Teresa Aronson. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Paul Taglieri. And we're ready to roll. We're rocking and through. It's February. This year is just flying by. Flying by.
2 months at a time.
It was December, then all of a sudden it was February.
Blink of an eye.
Well, we
I didn't even
finally
get to enjoy
have.
Christmas yet.
I know. I enjoyed my Christmas. It was great. We've been teasing this guest for an entire month of shows.
Sitting there for 2 months.
I know it, and he's
been tough.
finally here. It's been so long. But please welcome Andrew Webb. He is the Partner Relations Coordinator for 4Kids. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you so much, Trista and Paul, for having me. It's so good to be here.
We're so happy to have
Good to
you.
meet you.
I want to talk about 4Kids because I'm not sure that that's an organization most people
Right.
are familiar with. So what do you guys do?
Yeah, certainly. So 4Kids, we exist to provide hope and healing for kids who are in crisis in our own community. And so we do that through providing foster homes for kids who have been removed from their home due to abuse, abandonment, and neglect. So we find loving, caring families to take in these kids, love on them while their parents work on their own selves. And the goal is for those kids to go back to those homes safe and stable and better for it.
So you have a contract or an agreement with children and families, and,
Yep.
and they come to you when they have to make that decision, that very tough decision. I had the word there somewhere. To remove those children.
Yes.
And then you are charged with finding someplace for them to go, right?
Yes. The best way to look at it is the big umbrella is the Department of Children and Families. And
Right.
underneath that umbrella here in Circuit 19 is Communities Connected for Kids. They are a community-based care agency. They oversee all of the licensing agencies, and we are one of those under that umbrella that have been tasked with providing those foster families. So we all work in partnership together.
Okay. And do you, I know in order to be a foster family, there's training that you have to go through. Do you do that as well?
Yeah, certainly. Yep. So 4Kids, we provide that training. So you're required to do 21 hours of training. And so what we do is we go out into the community and we say, hey, there's a need right in our own backyard.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people will say that, foster care and the need for it, that's somewhere else. That can't be in our community. But the thing is that it is. And so we tell people that over the past year, 553 kids were removed from their home due to abuse, abandonment, and neglect just in our 4 counties. So St. Lucie, Martin, Indian River, and Okeechobee. 553. At this very moment, we have about 153 kids who are in foster care. So it's high.
The numbers are always, when we have guests,
There's-
the numbers
I
are always
know.
staggering, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah,
It's
it
like-
really kind of hits hard, doesn't it,
Right.
when you think about that 100 and, I mean, so close, the holidays just passed, and those kids may have been misplaced during that crucial time in their life.
100%. That's really something that we try to push with our community is we say every child needs a place to go for the holidays, for Christmas, for Thanksgiving. And so as we look ahead in 2019, we're also going to continue to push that. Everybody needs that forever family. And we always tell people that this is close to home in our own backyard. So in the very zip code that we are in 34950, 25 kids were removed over the past year due to abuse, abandonment, or neglect. But we always say in the midst of these numbers that the most important number is 1. And that number means all it takes is one loving, caring adult to make an impact in the life of a child. That's all it takes. And maybe you can be that loving, caring adult.
How many families do you have signed up for the program?
Yeah, right now we have 37 families right now in the Treasure Coast. We have 20 families right now in St. Lucie County. So we love our families. They're incredible, do amazing work. We have families right now in this very county who are taking sibling groups. So kids that are 2, 3, 4, 5 kids in a sibling set because they're saying, hey, we want to make sure these kids are together. Because those are really big things to us. When a child's removed, they're not only losing their family, oftentimes they're losing their school. And sometimes they're losing their sibling as well. And so that's why we really preach, hey, we want you to stay in county, which means we need St. Lucie County homes. When those St. Lucie County kids are removed, they can stay locally, stay with their school, stay with their teachers, and ideally stay with their siblings. It makes things a little bit easier for them in a really hard time.
Well, I'm just looking at the numbers, and you said 500 and I think 53 children misplaced in 37 homes.
And that's just our homes, 37. You're hovering around about
Okay.
150 foster homes altogether in the Treasure Coast. But the problem here in St. Lucie County is we're seeing a little bit of a decrease in the amount of homes that we have available altogether, and a little bit of an increase in the number of kids that are coming into care. So we're saying, hey, there's a need, come be a part of this. Let's talk about this. And again, saying that this is close to home, but not everyone's called to foster. And so we also say too that, hey, if you're not called to foster, there's other things that you can do. There's other opportunities. So where does this fit for you? How can you use your time and your talent and your treasure? We might not be able to send you home with a house full of teenagers. Maybe you're not equipped for that, but maybe you have a business. Maybe you have a restaurant. Maybe you're a hairstylist and can offer haircuts to kids. Maybe you enjoy babysitting. I mean, the needs are endless, but also the opportunities to take part in those needs are endless. So not everyone's called to foster, but everyone can do something and to be a part of this community and be a part of this need.
So how do you market that need? How do you grow that number of foster homes in this local
Become
area?
Uncovering the Bases. And
Oh,
talk
I know.
about
This
it.
is one way. That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. This is a good avenue for that.
Yeah.
Yes. So what
What
we do
else?
is we go out into the community, different community events, and we say, hey, here is that need. We also too go to different churches in the area, different events in the area. We also host events of our own to say, hey, come learn about what's going on. So coming up just around the corner on February 14th, we have an event called Galentine's. And at Galentine's, this is for our local women in the community to say, hey, I want to take a stand for these girls in our community who are being abused, abandoned, neglected. I want to be with like-minded women in my community and take a stand and raise awareness. So they're going to come to Ballantrae on February 14th. It's going to be an awesome time. There's going to be giveaways, a beautiful lunch. The place has an incredible view, and just have a good time. So we do things like that, so that way it provides people with this opportunity to learn more about us, who we are. In October, November time, we do something called Clays for Kids, and it's a clay shooting experience where people get to know more about what we do, but also have a good time doing it in clay shooting. So we cover the whole gamut, from a Galentine's to a clay shooting event, and a lot of things
are
in between.
these fundraisers to help be able to support the education needed to create fostering, right?
Yes, 100%.
So if you can't, maybe you aren't called to foster and you don't have the ability to foster, but you can go and support you by going to this luncheon on February 14th, and then, of course, going to open practice at the Mets. Yeah. So how do they
Perfect day.
sign up to come to this luncheon?
Yes, so you can either go to our Facebook site, so you're just going to go to 4Kids Treasure Coast, our Facebook page, or you're going to go to our website, 4kidstreasurecoast.org.
And is it number 4?
That's correct, the number 4 Kids Treasure Coast, and it's only $20 per ticket. So we really encourage you to come, invite your friends. If you'd like to sponsor, we would love to have you. There's options even for sponsoring a table for our foster moms too, so they can have a great time and come to this event.
All right. Well, sign me up. I'll come down and I'll bring
sounds
some
wonderful.
people from my staff, and we'll make sure. But even if you can't come, please go to your website or your Facebook page, 4Kids Treasure Coast, the number 4Kids, treasurecoast.org.
Yes.
And make a donation or sign up for the luncheon.
We'd
and
love
join
to
us.
have you. Yes,
Well,
please.
thank you,
Thanks.
Andrew, for being
Thank
with us.
you.
We appreciate you coming and talking to us a little bit about this, and hopefully people at home recognize the need and are compelled to help out in some way.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Great to be here.
Well, we'll be right back, everybody. Hang out for a second. Welcome back to Covering the Bases. I'm Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Paul Taglieri, the one, the only executive director of minor league facilities for the Mets organization.
Another show.
Another show,
It's
a
come
February
and gone,
show.
and now we're
We're off to
closing
trivia.
up with a trivia.
Yeah, we
contest
try
by
to end
the
with
lovely Catherine.
a fun game. And this time, for the first time, and she just found out that she was going to be on camera 2 minutes ago.
Hello.
Well, Eric usually does it for you, and he didn't show up today. So thank you, Eric. Now Catherine's with us. Please welcome Catherine Cordero. She works in my office.
Hello.
She's my events manager, and she comes up with a game every other month. We kind of take turns because Paul feels like when you come up with it, I win, and I feel like when Lauren comes up with it, he wins. So
We'll
it's
see this
my
month.
turn.
We'll see.
Help me
What
out
are
a
we
little.
doing?
So this month we are doing Black History Month trivia.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Black History
So-
Month trivia, because it's February.
correct.
It's Black History Month. Have you been to the museum in Washington, D.C.?
I have not.
I was there and I wanted to go in, but it was a lottery. Yeah, they're still really crazy busy there. So hopefully in the next year or two. So Black History Month, and that's always exciting. Paul hates history when we do history,
Let's go.
but we'll see
I'll take
how
a
it
stab
goes.
at it.
All right.
I think you'll be okay with
All
this
right.
one.
You do. You're fun.
I hope you'll be
Please
okay
don't
with
make it
this
super hard, because that'll be
Baseball,
really
Black
embarrassing.
history, or
You're like Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson. So that probably is one of the questions, but we already know.
one. Well, there goes the first question. All right.
There you go. See, it was the first question.
All right.
That's if it is.
is it multiple choice?
It is
All right,
multiple
I got a
choice.
shot. I
So
got a
it's multiple
chance.
Okay.
choice.
C.
So
All right.
everybody has
C.
a chance. Yeah.
C,
You always pick C, don't
C,
you?
C, C, B, B, D, D, A. Okay. You ready?
All right. Ready when you are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Who was the first African American Major League baseball player? Baseball player.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Baseball
well,
player.
we already said it, Jackie
Yeah.
Robinson. So,
So
we'll
we're tied.
take a tie.
Very
on
good.
1-1. All right.
Yeah.
What was the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s father's church? We have A, Atlanta Southern Baptist, B, Southern Church of the People, C, Ebenezer Baptist, or D, Atlanta Tabernacle.
I thought you said it was gonna be easy. Really? I don't know. Okay. Ready? Reveal.
It's C,
Aw.
Ebenezer Baptist.
Oh, you know what we
What?
don't have?
I
is-
know.
You already said
that.
C.
Went
Here, we're
outside
going
of
to use
it.
paper from my gift that you gave me to clean our slate.
This has been here for 2 months?
Yeah. Oh,
Oh my God.
we
the
may
staff
have been
clean this up?
busted. Jeez. Maybe pick up around
You guys
here, Mike.
don't pick up? I mean, golly gee. Where the heck did that come from?
I don't know. It's so old. But luckily, it was
Oh
still
my
here.
God. Whew. Talk about below the cover, huh?
I know it. Okay, what's next? Moving right along.
Who was the first African American to serve as a U.S. Supreme Court Justice? Charles Hamilton Houston, Thurgood Marshall, Clarence Thomas, William Henry Hasty.
I got mine.
You didn't say A, B, or C. I'm just guessing it was C.
It was B, Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall
I
was an
went Clarence.
American
You
jurist.
You went Clarence? Oh, no.
Is that bad?
Well, he was, in the late 80s, early 90s, I think. So, no, not the first.
Did you guys have that? You did?
Yeah.
Anybody else have that out there? You did? You
Thurgood
did?
Marshall?
No, I got some no's. There's some team players with me here. Let's go.
Okay.
Totally exposing me here.
I'm sorry. I don't.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, this is kind of a trick question.
Uh-oh.
So keep that in mind.
Okay.
The PGA was considered Caucasian only until which golfer joined? Pete Brown, Tiger Woods, Charles Stifford, or Lee Elder? So A, Pete Brown, B, Tiger Woods, C, Charles Stifford, or D, Lee Elder?
I don't know. She said it's a trick question, so the answer is
That's a trick
Tiger?
question.
Because that's just that's late. A late entry. I'm going to say
Got it.
D.
That's what I
Yeah.
would guess. But what is Tiger? I just want to try to get a point here.
B.
B? I'm going to go with B. I'm gonna
Okay.
go with
It's
Tiger Woods.
C.
Oh!
I thought D. Lee Elder.
yeah,
That's what
Lee
I
Elder
Charles
said-
Stifford in
Yeah.
1960.
Okay. Boy, we are not.
What's the
very
score?
good at
2-1?
this. I feel like somebody in the audience should play along,
Yeah.
so we are not the only ones that look
Yeah.
like we know nothing about Black History Month.
I like the whole flip the thing
Yeah,
up.
well,
and-
that was easy. It was
Bambi
Disney. Yeah. We get all serious when Catherine does it. We have to be
Yeah.
learned people
Sorry.
with knowledge,
It's like taking
book
the
knowledge.
SAT right here.
Okay, go.
You guys should know this one.
We should,
Yes.
but now I feel like we probably won't.
You will. You will.
All right.
You've both gone through leadership multiple times.
Okay,
So,
I know it. I
yep.
know it. I'm writing the answer down
All right.
now.
What do you answer?
What are you writing?
I know the answer. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The Highwaymen, also referred to as the Florida Highwaymen, are a group of African American Florida artists and landscape artists in Florida. Self-taught and self-mentoring, they created a body of work of over 200,000 paintings, despite facing many racial and cultural barriers. How many Highwaymen are there?
Oh, come on, like original or non?
All together.
I'm glad Doretha left. I can just tell you that.
Well, you're going to give us
Altogether.
choices, right?
All
Yeah,
together.
sorry, all together, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have A, 26, B, 9, C, 25, D, 24.
24, 25, or 26. I know, like.
Can't
okay.
be 9, right?
Um,
It's got to be one of the 3 that she's trying to.
Because she didn't say original. I have white pants on and a black marker. Whose idea was this?
All right, ready?
And a green, yes. Okay.
It's A.
I said A.
Yeah. There's
Aw.
26, and there are 9 original highwaymen.
All right. Well,
members.
let's see if somebody in the audience could.
Yes, let's,
Did you cheat?
No.
Why are you telling people to be quiet? I feel like you meant.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Let's see if somebody in the audience can answer the next one because we have a 20.
Yes, that would be a good idea.
Yes.
Let's get
Yes.
the cameras off us. The
We
spotlight.
have a $20 gift card to Berry Fresh, one of our partners and a great longtime member, Tim out there at Berry Fresh, St. Lucie West. $20 gift card. What is the next question? And we'll ask somebody. First, raise your hand if you're willing to do it. No, you want the question first. I see how y'all are.
Casey?
I didn't get it. Okay. All right.
Come
so
on, Casey.
We'll let them decide. Okay. Give us the question.
Who wrote the bestseller, Their Eyes Were Watching God?
See, there. And I wrote that down last time.
You do.
Susan does probably know that one. Susan Garvin from Swig of Color. She has a business right there on, is it A?
2nd Street.
2nd Street, across from, thank you. It takes a village, people, across from Taco Dive. All right, Susan, what is your answer?
Very good. Yep.
She
Zora
said
Neale
Zora
Hurston.
Neale Hurston, which is what I wrote on my paddle for the last question, but I thought.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did. I
Is
thought
that
for
the-
sure. And then she went into the Highwaymen, but I was like, oh, it's going to be Zora Neale Hurston. Zora Neale Hurston is, she is buried here in Fort Pierce, and we learned about that in leadership the first day. But she wrote a lot of books, great novelist, great character. And we have our dust tracks in Fort Pierce if you're interested in learning more about Zora Neale Hurston. Hopefully you will do that. And we have the Highwaymen Trail that goes along with it. And hopefully people are taking advantage of Black History Month and getting out and learning more about both of those two because they're right here in our own backyard. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Of course, no
Catherine,
problem.
I appreciate it. Thank you to our audience for hanging out with us for 2 months. And thanks to Patrick and Flynn and Eric's not with us today and Lauren for putting together the last trivia or last game that we did. And always to the Mets. We're excited about spring training. It's going to be a great year. And hopefully we'll get David Wright on the show before he retires completely. We'll see.
Well, have a great
Still can't
holiday.
pick him up out of the album. Happy
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Yes, happy Valentine's Day to you. Until next time, everybody, have a great day.
Sure, pick up on that.